manifesting itself today, and it's never been addressed. So since it hasn't been addressed, I understand why you would feel some behavior would not would change. There's been small changes, but there hasn't been any internal moral changes from the way that you do business. So again, I always say shit trickles downstream. So there is no how should I say, there is no breakage of the behavior from slavery until now. Rap music has destroyed our culture, and for me to say that I'm not a racist is a joke, so I'll end that right there. First of all, you have more white kids buying black rap music than black kids. What does that say? That is saying to me that this whole country is in the spirit of rebellion. And I look, as an artist, I look at my fellow artists as authors. And what they are doing is reporting a certain lifestyle that permeates the streets, the conditions that are there for them to live in their everyday lives conquer. While I don't condone music that perpetuates death, violence, whole bitch, that's why I took offense to what you called me. I don't I don't condone that type of music. At the same time, I know that censorship is a problem, because if it was censored, then people wouldn't have a chance to speak unhypocritically about the demons that control and perpetuate this degradance to go out in front of the mass airways. When you start thinking about Time Warner and all the other companies that are involved in multi-million-dollar deals every day promoting artists who promote filth, then I know that the problem is bigger than the artists themselves. Most of these artists, if they were given a choice, and even if they came out with a rap that was positive, they would have the experience of going back in with the executives to tell them to go out and make the music more black, more raw, more rough. Because as they continue to help lead our people to the slaughter, there are always certain pawns in place to help them implement that destruction. And that's what's happening with the music. Music does have the ability, however, to energize, to reform, to express all the ideas that are going on in a time period. And I think that the music now just reflects the degradance that is on the planet. So, yes, I do have a very, very hard time listening to an individual holding all black people responsible for rap music when the most prevalent consumer of rap music is young white teens. So to me, that was really a dumb question, and I hope my answer to you was something that you can understand. Pawns are always in place to keep up the work of the wicked. Now, whether those pawns be black, white, red, yellow, there are pawns in place to keep masses of the people in bondage, in ignorance, and in decadence. And in closing, as I always say, we must learn to be free and independent thinkers. We cannot get all our news bites from CNN and especially Fox News and ABC and NBC, because these are all controlled entities by a higher propaganda force that continues to create chaos and division among the people, and they're doing a very, very good job of it. Wouldn't you say? That's just to address you. The next question uh, dealt with, if whites are so prejudiced, how can Barack be leading in the popular vote? Do I believe in him, and do I think he can lead your people or us to the so-called promised land? Wow. Wow. What do I think about Barack Obama? First of all, I think it's very good for the country. I think it's very good for children. First of all, to see a person of color actually vying for the highest post in American government. I would have to be a fool to say that that is not an historic and a very prideful event. However, I do not think that Barack Obama can lead anybody to the promised land any more than I think that any other president can lead someone to the promised land. I believe that Senator Obama is a very free and independent thinker. I don't know how long he can remain that way, running for the office, highest office that American can provide. I also feel that Barack cannot continue to dodge questions of race while he's running. And the question would be, how is he going to answer some of these questions without offending white people? Because white people get very offended when black people have an opinion about how they're treated, and the disparity that goes on every day in life. I think that frightens white people. But I think more than anything, I admire the fact that Barack has rejuvenated people. He's given them hope, and he's given them light. He's given them a feeling of newness. And any sane and rational person, I don't think, would have a problem with that. So in terms of do I think all whites are prejudiced because they voted for Barack Obama? No. At this point in history, I'm sure most white people have multicultural families, as I do. I have white, black, and Hispanic, and all types of different cultures that now are a part of my family. So in saying that, that breeds hope that all of us at some point have to learn how to get along. Now, in saying that, it's just like in AA. You cannot fix what you cannot face. And if you are unwilling to face the, I guess, the degradance and the atrocity and the atrocities and the horrible conditions that black people live in, if any president is unwilling to address those issues, which it doesn't seem that any of them are, then of course it's incumbent upon black people to realize that their savior is not based in a Democrat or a Republican. Your salvation is in yourself and in God. Okay? Now, once you become a free and independent thinker, then you will realize that, and you will know what your mission in life is to accomplish. Your mission is to be self-sufficient. Your mission is to teach the masses. Your mission is to educate people, to bring them out of white supremacy, because in my opinion, that is the problem with the earth and the inhabitants of it. We are under the guides and the auspices of white supremacy, and I don't think Barack can fix that. I do believe that